So we're gonna welcome everybody. Today we're gonna start the first class of Introduction to PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. So all you need to have is PowerPoint in your computer. We also offer PowerPoint in our public computers. And to find the application for PowerPoint, all you need to do is go into our here, the starting box or the starting point here in our Microsoft computer. And you can start here on this corner and go start looking, scroll down until you see PowerPoint and click here. Or you can go to the search box and type PowerPoint, and it should also show in the one of the choices. And then we can click PowerPoint. And then I'm going to show you the different the navigation, the different interface, and the different sections of the PowerPoint interface. And if I go too fast, please let me know and I'll repeat it. Repeat anything that might have gone too fast. So at this point, if this is your first time opening your PowerPoint, you should have this panel here on the left empty. Since I have been using PowerPoint a lot this week to prepare for this class, I have a lot of these documents showing here, and those PowerPoint will bring anything, any recent document that have been working. So it remembers anything recent that I have been working on as a reminder, like if you want to work in any of this document, is right here for you. Then right here on the right, there is choices. Give me choices that I can work on. So I can start a blank presentation, which is just a presentation doesn't have any design, that I can customize the way I want it, or I can start with a template. And there are different templates that you can look into: education, business, and so on. So, but right now I don't care. I just gonna start with a simple one. I just want a blank one. So I just click home and go back. So I'm just gonna click a simple one, a blank presentation. So when I click a blank presentation, so you can follow along, or you can, so if you're following along, let me know and I can slow down, or you can watch it right now and I won't repeat it twice if you are following along. So if you're following along, you can, the first thing when you open your blank presentation, you're gonna see the ribbon at the top. So this is called ribbon. Then on the left, you're gonna see this white rectangle. And then you're gonna see at the center, this big rectangle. So we're gonna talk about what all these things is. And it's written in the handout. And the handout, you can choose to see it later after the class. You don't need it right now because I'm gonna read it to you. So right here, this is the file. This is where we started. And this is called file menu and back view stage. And that's where we save the file. We can print. They give us the print options. This is the home ribbon, and this is the home tab. So these are called tabs. So if you are familiar with Word or Excel, it's very similar, the same idea. We have tabs. So you can click home You can click Insert tabs, Design tab, Transition tab, Animation tab, Slide tab, Review tab, View tab, and you might not have this. This is something I have, yes, because I have this specific app. And this is just a help app. You can type there and it gives you hints if you need some help. But we're gonna be working today only on the Home tab. So I will go back to the Home tab. And this is where you're gonna do most of the work, about 90% of the work. So each tab has a ribbon. So this is called a ribbon. And you can see each tab has a ribbon with different icons. So I'm gonna go back to the Home tab and look at this specific ribbon. And if you hover over the icons, you can see the description of what each icon is. It's a small description of what it is. And you might get an idea of what the function of each of what they do. What is the function of each of these icons? Right now, some of these icons are shaded because they're not applicable, because we don't have anything right now that on the text on the slide. So that's why they're shaded. So only the ones that are active is the one that we can use right now. And that's why this region here is shaded, because we haven't started working on the slide, which is fine because that's the way it should be. And then these icons are called commands. So this is the paste command, the new slide command, and each one has a specific function. And we're gonna stay today only is this ribbon and look at some of the simple commands. Then we have the slide panel. So here on the left, is where we see all our slides. So it's like the index. So as you compare a PowerPoint to a book, when you open the book, you're gonna have a table of content. That's the first, especially if you have one of those books like a school book or a college book, you're gonna open it, or one of these books that like a reference book. When you open it, the first thing you're gonna see is a table of content to tell you how it's separated by chapters. So the same thing you're gonna have here, a table of content. So this is gonna be your the slide pane is gonna tell you, it's gonna give you an overview of your slide. So you're gonna see all your slides here. And so you can quickly see how many slides you have and have a quick snapshot of how many you have, if what kind of formatting they have, if they have different colors, if they have a main title or a subtitle, or they have a graph, or if they have a graph or an image, or maybe you want to reorganize them. So that's what you see here on the left. Then here in the center is the slide area. So we call these slides. So the proper terminal is slides. So this is the slide area. So this is one slide. And then, but the other thing I'm going to show you is at the bottom, we can have notes. So right here we have notes because it's a presentation. So PowerPoint is a tool to do a presentation. So you can send this to people. Either you do a presentation in person, where you present to somebody and use these slides behind you as a, or beside you as in a projected into some kind of a format, either a large screen or a computer, and you talk about the slides, or you send, or you can present it in, like I'm doing now in Zoom, and you talk about them and you click through them, you go through them and you talk about them, and or you can also print them and send them as a print material. So kind of like a brochure. So some people will say, can you send me your slides, or can you send me your presentation? So you will write there your presentation, and instead of you going in person, you will send them the information via print, or you can send it to them via email and they will see it. So it's used in a different way, but it's to PowerPoint is used to express an idea in a visual form to either to a small group of people or to a large group of people. It can be done in different settings. It can be done in a to do very concrete ideas, just to show you know, a small people very raw data about business, you know, business data about the performance on a business, accounting, the health of a business, very raw gain versus losses. Could be 1 or 2 slices, or it could be a very sophisticated presentation that you will go somewhere to a showroom with a conference with 100,000 people, and you present to them. So it could be very simple, or it could be very elaborate. You make it happen the way you want to do. I'm going to show you the basic of PowerPoint, but the main idea is that you make it happen. Your ideas will speak through PowerPoint, and PowerPoint will allow your ideas, but your ideas will have to resonate more than PowerPoint. PowerPoint is just a tool. It won't sell. It won't convince people. It will make things look better when they are not. So it's just a tool that you can utilize, but you in your ideas is what changes. It was convince people, it sells ideas. So have that in mind. So so these notes are for the speaker. So you can write here notes, and there are tools where you can separate the presentation versus the notes. So you can have notes that you can read while you present, or you can print them separately, or you can add notes in this section for maybe for you to add later to the presentation. Or if you are working in a team, maybe you can exchange those notes with your coworker. Then here on this corner, on the right corner, is the zoom. So you can zoom in or zoom out, and there are different ways to zoom in and zoom out. Also, one thing I want to show you in case you don't have it right now is these rulers. So if the ruler is not showing up on your side, make sure you go to the view tab if you wanted them to show on your side, and make sure the ruler is showing up. So if you want the rulers to be visible, go to the view tab and click on the ruler. Make sure the ruler is checked, and that way you can see the rulers. And right here at the bottom, there are different ways to see the slides view. So you have the slide sorter, and this is when you add more slides, you can see all your slides. That way, you have, this is the presentation, and then you just click here. This is the slideshow. So this is the way you see the slideshow. See, these are the notes. You can see my other screen. So this will be, one side will be, if you have two monitors, like the one I have, right now I have two monitors. You can tell because of Zoom, but because I have two monitors, it defaults to a monitor on the right will have my notes, and the left will have the slides showing. So let me see if, no, so I can have two monitors. So thinking the screen will have the big slides, and then I will have maybe a small monitor where I can read my notes. And when I'm done, click exit. And then I'm done, and I go back to the normal. And let me see if I go here. You're not gonna see anything. Let's see if it defaults. No, it won't do it. Display setting. Swap. There it is. So now I swapped it. So this will be what will be the presentation. And then on my other monitor will be the notes. If that makes any sense to anybody. Okay. So any questions so far? So this is the just a small overview of the of the interface. I wanted to run through the interface before we start making our first slide. You can go back here to file, and then we're gonna go new. So I'm gonna repeat it again, file, and then new, and then I'm just gonna choose this one, but you can choose any template you want, whatever you wanna choose. I'm just gonna choose this one just for because it's the closest one here. So I'm just gonna choose this one, and then I'm gonna click where it says create, right here, create. And the template is gonna choose a design for all the slides, main slide, bullet slides, main title slide, middle title slide, subtitle slide, anything. So I don't have to, and it'll keep the same theme, and it'll keep everything in the same style. So everything looks uniform. So I'm gonna click create, and then there it is. So right now it starts with one slide. So you can, so let's do and add one title. And our title, you can just click on the title and just do my, and this is like Word, you just click on here and on the keyword just put my first. And it's like, if you have used Word before, it's very similar. It'll pick up any misspell. And I just put it here, and it has subtitle. This is just comes as a default, the title, the style of this template that we chose. The title is gonna be all caps. And I'm gonna put October 21st. And like I said, I'm just using a very simple presentation, but this can be a very elaborate presentation. So it picks up here a misspell, so I can change it and there it is. So this is my first one. And then I'm gonna save it. So I'm gonna go here to File. So I'm gonna go File, Save As. So the first time we save it, we need to save it as. Then this PC. And as usual, we need to choose twice. And I'm gonna save it to my desktop. So this PC desktop, and I have to choose it again. I have to say desktop again. And then it'll pick up the name of the title. So if you don't like it, you can just change it. So if you don't like this, you need to change it. But I'm just gonna leave it like that. So I just make sure you choose on the left the location again, because you have to choose it twice. Even though you already told the computer you wanted the desktop or whatever the folder you want, you have to do it again and click save. So we go save as, this PC, desktop, choose desktop again. Make sure you like the name of the file, and make sure to stop and save. And you do this once, and then next time you want to save it, just click this icon here that says save, and it'll be saved, or you might have the auto save already recorded. Okay, so that's good. And the one that we have, so if we are, the slide that we're working on is always highlighted. Okay, it's always highlighted. So if we want to add a new slide, we just can press enter on the keyboard, and it will get a new slide. So we can go select here and press enter, and it'll get a new slide. We can press enter and you'll get a new slide. Press enter, get a new slide. So we're gonna get a default here. So we can press new slide. Okay, and then, and don't, my computer changed colors, but that's because there is a glitch on the screen. They don't like the colors because there's too many colors, and the graphic card can keep up. right here where it says new slide. So you can use new slide. You can also do that. So you can use enter, you select the slide and press enter, or you can go to the ribbon and just click new slide. Okay, that's good, but you notice that the formatting is different. This one has the title in the middle. This one has something different, right? And they all have this this graph and they have this title on the right, but maybe you don't want that all the time, right? Maybe you want something different. So we need to change the layout. So that's called a layout. So we need to change the layout. We're gonna go here on the ribbon. And so on the slide group, you're gonna find the layout. And you're gonna click on the carrot. And then you're gonna have a choice of what kind of layout you want. And you can change the layout of the slide. You can choose the layout. So you can have a pick. You can have a blank one, which is this one. You can have a title only. You can have a title and caption. You can have different arrangements. And you can have a different one for each slide. It's your pick. You can assemble it whatever way you want. It's your presentation. You can do whatever you want. So which one should we choose? So let's do this one. Let's do one for each one. This one for slide 2, layout, title, comparison for 3, title only for 4, blank for 5, content and caption for 6, picture with 7. Okay, we got to the end. So we can press enter and keep adding. We can also, this is another way too. We can also click on that arrow new slide and choose the layout in a new slide. So 2 in 1. So 2 step at 1. So we can do this one. If you already know, if you don't know, you can change it later. You can always change your mind later. And you can duplicate, you can erase, you can always change your mind. Okay, so there is nothing, we only have the placeholders. You know, we just put in the formatting, we don't have text yet. We can add the text later. I just gonna show you the backbones and then we can add the text. And then you save it. Okay, so before I proceed, I want to show you how to delete in case you need to delete. So you're gonna choose the one you want to delete. You can right click and you're gonna choose delete slide and you delete. You can also choose to duplicate. So if you like one slide, you made this wonderful slide and you really like it and you want to duplicate it and just change a tiny thing and in all of them and save you time, just duplicate it. So you can duplicate. And you can also use new slides. So you can use new slides, duplicate, and also delete. So with the right click. You can also use the delete key on your keyboard to delete. And that's also very easy. You can use the delete key to delete. You can use Shift and select a bunch. So I can use Shift and select a bunch and delete all of them at once. So you can do that. If you go to the sorter right here at the bottom, you can go here, slide sorter. And in slide sorter, you have the whole view. So you can see everything. So you can choose, you can look and start thinking, oh, I'm gonna duplicate this one. I'm gonna delete this one. I'm going to move. You can also move them. You can move this one here. You can switch them. So see, that's the view you wanna do to rearrange them, okay? And then you can go back here and then see each one, okay? So that's the part, the organization of the slides. So how do we add text? So first, once you have the text, and that's part of that's on you. You guys gonna be doing the text. You are the creators. You have to do your presentation. For next class, I'm gonna bring already made presentation, then we're gonna change it. So you just click on here. So I'm gonna add, so which one was this? I'm gonna do, so they tell you here, click add title. So I'm gonna add a title, best presentation ever. And I misspell it again. And this template already shows the font for you. So already did that for you, already chose the subtitle of the font is set. So all the subtitles is gonna be the same font, the same style. So you're not gonna have a mismatch of anything, which keeps the consistency of the whole slide, which is super important if you're gonna present in front of people, especially people you don't know, and people who may be looking for inconsistency. So you want to keep things, very consistent. And people pay attention to consistency because we are humans and we like to see things to flow in a way that makes us feel comfortable. So, and then when you have text, then you can go to the slide sorter. See, you start seeing the text. And then you start seeing how things your presentation start getting built. And then you can start adding pictures. And then we can have here maybe the important facts. And so you can go ahead on your presentation, you're following along and start adding text. And then here, I see if sometimes so you start adding text here, home tab, paragraph section, and start adding bullets. So there it is. So So we start adding bullets here, and we can add different kind of bullets. And see, they have prettier, more impactful bullets, or that one I already added. So let's do something like that. So these icons here are suggestions for you to placeholders to add pictures. And here, this is pictures. We have one that I just saw to add tables from Excel, charts, smart graphics, pictures, online pictures, or videos. You don't have to add them, but these are placeholders. You can add text and forget about it, and you don't have to add this. Next week, we're gonna have more pictures. But right now, I can show you how to change colors on the font. So you can leave it like here in this presentation, the color, the white color on the font. This is the one they recommend for the contrast. But if you don't like this color that they're giving you, you have a choice right here on the font section. You can choose another color. Here on the font color, you can choose some other colors, and when you hover over, you can choose some other color. You can also go to the more colors and choose something else. You can go to the custom and have more choices. So let's choose something like this. If we want to make it bigger, we can go here to the size font. And this is, if you're familiar with Word, you can see this is very similar. You can also use this icon here, increase font, and also increase font. If this gets a little bit bigger, we have this option here. It says auto fit text to placeholder. So we can click here and it'll go back to the auto fit. But if we don't like that, we can go here, undo. And then maybe we just move this down. So how do we know we can move? So when we get that cross, the mouse pointer turns into a cross with arrows. We know we can move it. So we press the left button and we hold it against the desk, and then we can move it. And maybe we can make the box bigger, and there it is. And then this one, this box, maybe we can move it down here. And this is how you customize the template to your preference. So if you don't like the template the way it's given, you can make these small adjustments. And there are guidelines. I don't know if you can see in Zoom, when I move this box, there is guidelines that are trying to align with the box above. And if you can select also the text again. And this is, I'm just showing you in this main text, but you can do it with every text. And you can choose another font. And if you like this one better, you can choose that one. And then you can save it. The thing is, if you choose to change it here, you will have to keep the style in all the other slides. So have that in mind. It's a style choice. You want to keep consistency. So if you want to, that's something visual, it's a design call. So just that, have that in mind. What else can we do? Then we can also change here to bold, italic, and so on. We can make the character space very tight, tight, loose, very loose, or customize it. We can also sentence. So for example, like this, the template says it's all uppercase, so we can customize it to sentence, lowercase, uppercase, and some other way. So if you want to change it, you can change that. So you can tweak that a little bit, but remember, you want to keep consistency, and you don't want to have the presentation look different than the other half because it looks disengaged. It looks like two people work on it that didn't talk to each other. So just have that in mind. And you don't want to create more work for yourself. And remember, you want to spend 80% on the time on the presentation, creating work on the ideas, the presentation, 20% of your time on the PowerPoint. PowerPoint is a tool to make your presentation in your idea cell. It's not to spend all day working on PowerPoint. Because PowerPoint, most people, it's so fun that you blink and your day went working on PowerPoint, and it's 5 o'clock and that's all you did. So just keep that in mind. There are other things that you can do. You can create styles. So you can go here and create different styles for the fonts. So you can play around with different fonts here, shapes, fills. So like I said, this is a lot of fun. And so let me see the fill. Yes, way. That's what I wanted to do. So yeah, you can spend a lot of time working with this. So just remember, you can go here on quick style and do all kind of different variation of font styles. And when you're done, you can just save it, and to share it, you can email it and send it as an attachment, and it'll be attached to your Outlook. But PowerPoint are big, so be careful. Don't send like 50 slides because it won't send, it won't go anywhere. So you might want to send it, find another way to send it. And you might, if you have a lot of slides, you might want to talk to your IT department and find a way to send it. And they might give you some way. Send it as a PDF is recommended. If you're gonna present it somewhere, you might want to seek the help of your IT department or talk to somebody. You know, as you're going to a conference, you might want to seek their expertise about what kind of format they want you to have to present, because they require different format, and you want to make sure their equipment matches your device. So because they are very large files, and sending as an attachment sometimes is not the most practical thing. 1 or 2 slides is okay, but if you attach, anytime you attach graphics and images, it adds more weight to those files. So, but a couple of files you can share it. And but save it in your computer is fine. You might want to save it on a thumb drive if you have to go somewhere. In addition to your computer, if you're going somewhere, 2 places.